Let's talk now and turn our attention over to the auto industry. Alex Vetter is with us, CEO of Cars.com. Thank you for being with us. So you've had some great numbers for the company. I'd love to hear about your latest quarter, some trends you were seeing. Tell us a little bit about the growth.
Sure. And speaking of great tickers, Cars is pretty much an easy one to remember, right? Synonymous with the category. We had a great quarter in Q4. We exceeded our guidance and beat consensus estimates, growing revenue 5% year over year, but 7% in the fourth quarter. Our dealer revenue's been strong, and the business has shown 12 consecutive quarters of growth, and that's all while the new car market has been on the sidelines due to the supply chain crisis. So we're looking forward to 2024, where the new car market is going to boom again.
So at this point now, are people back? Are they back to buying cars and such? There was a time where the price range of new and used cars was so inflationary. We saw people maybe sort of putting it off because it was too big a purchase. Where do we stand on affordability at this point?
Certainly, affordability has been a top theme, but the average age of cars on the road today is approaching 12 years. Historically, that number has been around 7. So these are machines, they're going to wear down. Consumers want to buy the latest technology. Price pressure has been a theme throughout 2023, but we're finally seeing automakers and dealers respond, and you're seeing declines in both the new and used car price points that are available in the market today.
The digital landscape, I mean, this is all your world. I mean, you have so many unique visitors that come to you. Your platform, your digital capabilities continue to grow. The adoption of those technological solutions. Tell me a little bit about how that's changing and forming in a better way for the future.
Sure, Nicole. I mean, everybody's probably familiar with my flagship brand, Cars.com, the consumer marketplace, but what they're probably not as familiar with is that we're powering the backbone of the auto industry. We're running over 7,000 dealer websites. We're running vehicle acquisition technology that's being used in the physical store, and we're powering online financing for major banks. And so the strength of our business is our brand name, Cars.com, but when you look at the underlying financials, we're growing our subscription business of our technology solutions, and we're remaining asset light. We're not a participant in the car market, we're an enabler. And that's what enables us to draw such heavy strength to the bottom line. Our free cash flow generation continues to climb, record margins at approaching 30%. So the business is fundamentally healthy regardless of the auto cycle.
You know, as you beat an all-time company record for total traffic, right? 615 million visits. Tell me a little bit
Correct.
about that, because that must have been super exciting for your team. What drives those visits? I mean, obviously, as you're running over 7,000 dealer sites and such, I mean, more and more sites would be one, but some of the marketing and such is a big deal too.
Absolutely. Well, we've got almost 20,000 dealers that currently subscribe to Cars.com. That's about half the U.S. market of about 40,000 dealers. So we have tons of room to grow. But ultimately, your question was, why do so many consumers flock to Cars.com to shop? And it's because we provide an unbiased, level playing field, objective reviews on the vehicles done by our in-house experts, transparency around price so that consumers know what they can afford to pay and what the market is for both their car or a new car on the market. And it's that transparency that we bring to the auto industry that is why consumers consistently flock to the marketplace. As you said, we almost have 30 million people that come to Cars.com every month.
Tell me a little bit about the money picture. I mean, examples, if someone came and they put down X thousand, or the rates or the financing rates, because I feel like the demand is there. You talked about some more affordable situation than it had been. You know, what's an experience like for someone, and is this more of a buyer's market now?
The market is absolutely shifting to a buyer's market, and that's because new car inventories are up almost 40%. And so for the first time in probably the last 3 years, dealer lots actually have product on the new car side, which is putting downward pressure on the used car pricing market. Now, a big story that's always out there is where's EV demand? We're actually seeing EV demand soften, and the price of EVs is dramatically coming down, dropping almost 20%. Again, this doesn't impact my business because we're asset light. We're not a participant in selling cars. We're more of a marketplace model, but it certainly impacts the industry. And automakers are addressing this by introducing lower priced EV inventory that meets the consumer at the price points that they're looking for. The little secret about EV demand is it correlates more to gas prices more than anything else, Nicole. Like you can track gas prices in the US, and that really is what mimics EV interest in this country.
Maybe there was, and I don't know, you answer this. Were people overly excited about EVs? Will we ever see this huge, I mean, I know you're saying it's a correlation to gasoline, but gasoline's been pretty steady. Do you think EVs are going to be a big deal? Because as you noted, you said EV demand has been softening, and I'm starting to wonder, are people going back to hybrids? Is it being phased out?
No, I think there's still going to be a big segment of this market that's going to exist for a long time. It's certainly, you're seeing all the automakers pull back their aspirations with EV. And I think that is reflective of the US market. The American consumer uses their cars very purposely to get to and from work and to get about town, and they're comfortable with the infrastructure that exists today. As the EV infrastructure improves, I certainly think you can see increased EV demand, but it's definitely off where many of the industry projections were a year ago.
Interesting. Alex Vetter, congratulations on the quarter. Good outlook as well. Thank you so much, CEO at Cars.com. Great to chat with you each time. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
And he's right. Cars is a great ticker symbol. We've had a couple in a row.